Okay, so sorry guys. I was just recording a video about my upbringing, talking about some really tough things, and I had a phone call come through that I had to take. So I'm just gonna go start it like this. Okay, I had a tough upbringing. I had a single mother, wasn't always there because, she had things going on. We were poor. We did not have a steady male figure in the household, so that made it very difficult for me as a child. Now I'm not whining. I'm just letting you guys know where I come from. Okay, because I wouldn't change it. It's made me who I am today. So, anyways, I grew up alone. My sisters, they had my grandparents take care of them and made sure that they got the best of everything. Um, I bought my first car by myself. I bought my second car, my third car, my fourth car, my fifth car. All my cars I bought on my own. My sisters, they had a couple cars, bought a few cars bought for them, and rent paid, things like that. I've paid my way by myself. And I believe growing up in the conditions I grew up in, I've learned to navigate in hard situations in which I don't think that, let's say, my sisters could, and I do air quotes because they're not, if I didn't have anything to eat or I was on the street, which I have been at points in my life, which I'll go into at some point, it's difficult. But they wouldn't come and buy me a hamburger. I mean, it just, they wouldn't come and get me something to eat. And I mean, that to me, that's just kind of like, that's so wrong because if I see a homeless guy standing on the side of the road, I'll stop and give him whatever I've got in my pocket, whatever money. I usually don't keep money, but I have a few dollars or something sometimes. Whatever. If I see him, I just say, "Hey, come get here, man." And that's coming from someone who does not have a lot. I do not have a lot, but I do have my own home or my own condo. I do have this, which I'm so thankful for. I mean, praise God. I'm really thankful for everything that I have been blessed with. Um, my sisters, one of them went to college for 7 years. I'm not gonna make this about them. This is about me. But I just want to compare and contrast the situations. My sister went to college for like 7, 8 years. Got a business degree and a degree in photography and all that stuff. She's great at photography, but she delivers people. I think she works for like one of those Uber type companies or where they deliver food. I don't even know the name of it because I don't. I'm so old school at this point. Look, I'm 36 years old, guys. I grew up when computers were just getting big. Like the internet was just like 56K dial-up stuff, and I thought I was a computer whiz back then when everything was kind of simple. It was like AOL CD every week, every month. I know if you are my age, you remember getting AOL CDs and getting free internet every month for just to kind of push it on everyone, and it it, it was kind of cool, I didn't even my first website I looked up was www.cars.com, but I had no clue what the internet was. So that was my first. I remember it was the first thing I looked up, and it was actually like a box we put on top of our TV to have internet. We was just like, this is a cool new thing. We got to get it. Anyways, things did not get better for me. I watched my mother. We lived in a trailer down in a hole in Boone, North Carolina, in the mountains. They call it a holler. It's like a hollowed out area down between, some mountains, and we lived at the very bottom. No one gonna hear you scream. A gentleman named, I'm gonna just say It was in the newspapers. It was so bad. Beat the hell out of me and my mother. Tried to kill us both. I'm not gonna say his name because, uh, you know, I don't know what the policy guidelines on that are. This man beat the hell out of me and my mother. Her head was swelled up like a basketball. I thought my mother was gonna die. I was strangled few times, blacked out. Watched my mother get beaten with bar stools and all kinds of things. Um, Fists. Watched all of her limbs get broken and snapped. I was 8 years old. I tried to stop it. I did everything I could. This was a grown man, and he was hideous. Hideous. I had to carry my mother out of that house while he washed the blood off of himself in the bathtub. And there was blood all over the living room, ceilings, everything. We go out the door, I carry my mom. We had to dive down. My dog laid beside us in a briar patch. This guy comes outside with a flashlight, screaming for us. If I find you, I'm gonna end you in another way. But said it in another way. When I find you. We laid there. He stepped directly over top of us with a flashlight. Didn't see us, walked right over, stepped right over us. We were hidden under a briar patch that he had to step over. My dog was laying silent on all fours. Didn't make a noise. His name was Charlie. Hid my mom behind a little concrete wall after she was on 2 broken ankles. He wanted to make sure she couldn't escape. I carried her at 8 years old, letting her lean on me so I could stash her somewhere behind a rock wall, cement wall, in some neighbor's house that was a mile through the woods. I didn't even know. I ran down to our landlord's house, and every time a car would pass by the highway, or not the highway, just a 2-lane road in the mountains, I would dive into a ditch that was down off the road because I was afraid this guy would find us. Find me, kill me, or strangle me until I, at 8 years old, told him. I mean, I would not. I don't think I would have told him, but I was terrified he would torture me or kill me right there on the spot. Got to my landlord's house. My mother was so strong. By the time I had gotten there and he come outside with his rifle, waiting on this guy to come pulling up or to come looking for us there. Because that's the only place we had to go. We had no one. We lived in a trailer. Wasn't finished. You know? I mean, we had not wood floors. Like, just, it was just a slap together trailer. There was nothing. I mean, nothing was finished in this place. It was like a 1960s trailer. 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, one on each end, and a little teeny one in the hallway. So I just thought this was a good place to start about my history, my life, things I've been through, and I just wanted you guys to. I wanted to just get this off my chest and go through and just tell you guys. I just want to take you guys on a journey of my life because it's something I know about firsthand and I can really connect with. some people about. And you're not the only ones. If you've been through abuse and things like that, and I'm gonna tell you, that event destroyed my life. It destroyed my childhood. I was terrified forever. Death was all that I thought about after that event at 8 years old. And I hate for this to be such a, but it'll get better as I go through these videos. But I just want you to know, like, if you are a young person and you're out there and you're going through these things, tell someone, talk to someone. If you and your mother are being abused, you've got to do everything that you can to support, try to help your mother. And if you can't help her, you got to help yourself. And that will in return help her. I was the young boy. I still have not left. Like, my mother, to this day, I see her every day. I'm about to see her again in a few minutes. We don't live together, but I'll tell you what, I love that woman with a passion, because the life that she's been through and the things she's been through, things I've been through, we've been through together. I would take a bullet for that woman. And she's a godly woman. She changed her whole life around. I'm going to say that before I get into anything else. And I'm not going to go into her life, into anything that she's been through, but I will go through the things that I went through. And I'll let her decide if she would like for me to go into any of that stuff that involved her. This involved me directly, though, so I feel like I have a right to talk about it because it's what I went through, and I want to just talk to the kids out there who are being abused, being harmed. You guys have to do something. Don't waste time. Don't wait for it to get to the point where it gets so bad that it was life or death that night. If he would have found us, we would be dead. He had his shotgun. He had a shotgun looking for us through the woods. He would have killed us both right there and disappeared. And no one would have known. My grandparents would have known, but they wouldn't have known. Probably, nobody would. It wouldn't have been figured out. We were just two people from out of town moving to Boone when I was a young kid, living in a holler. I'll go into more, guys. This is a little much for me to go back through. I have exercised most of these demons. I am a Christian. I do believe in God. I do believe in redemption. I did see this man later in life on two separate occasions. On one occasion, I jumped out on him when I was older, and things got heated. And on another occasion, when I matured a little more, I ran into him and told him that I forgave him. And he was with another woman and another small child. But I asked him first, I said, "Are you sorry for what you did to me and my mother?" And he said, "Yes, I am." And he knew exactly who I was, even though I was growing up. I will say thank you guys for watching this video. I will continue if you want to hear more. Thanks. Love you guys. God bless.